Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the women's semi-final of the Vancouver Sevens, New Zealand versus USA. Now, that last match between Fiji and Spain has just ended. It was an upset, which means we didn't quite have time to read off the lineups, but this game is now underway. We will go through them as the first half does progress. The USA in possession, currently sitting about 25 metres out from their line. New Zealand have been hit with the injury bug throughout this competition, missing, I believe, 3 players at the moment. Braxton Sorensen McGee, she is out. Also alongside her, I believe they haven't got Jasmine Felix Hotham. So not ideal for the Black Ferns here, but still a world-class outfit for this USA side. It is Sammy Sullivan, Sarah Levi, Christy Kirsty, I should say, the captain, Ariana Ramsey, Ashley Cowdery, Adigoki, and also Kaylin Thomas. So that is the starting lineup for the USA, who currently do have possession 30 metres out from their own line. New Zealand have gone a bit different in their starting side. It is Georgia Miller, Stacey Waka, Olive Watherston, also Risi Poldy Lane as the captain, Kelsey Tanetti, Mahina Paul, and Jamie Colossi in the starting team as well. I'm really enjoying the Sevens Rugby, who is expected to win this game. So New Zealand at the moment are sitting number 1 in the overall standings for the women's sevens. Them and Australia are the 2 top sides that always go back and forth. So New Zealand are expected to win, but USA can also occasionally cause an upset up against some of these top sides and do find themselves in the occasional final too. But New Zealand Cup semi-finals, they have won 88% of them, whereas USA have only won 34% of theirs. Who got injured? Braxton Sorensen McGee, she's out. Jasmine Felix Hotham, and they did mention one more at the start, but I can't quite remember who it was off the top of my head. Not gone there from the USA, so it is going to be New Zealand's ball at scrum time. Rugby guy says the Tiny Celt. And we have got this. See you all later. My phone battery is going flat. I must charge it now. 2 minutes gone in this first half here between these two sides for a spot in the final to face either Australia or the French. Have also managed to make it decently far in this one too. Did you ever have a serious fight with someone? And were you ever seriously mad before? I don't think I've been like properly angry. I talked about this the other day on a stream because I try and look angry, but then I smile and it kind of takes away any sort of scariness, which is quite sad, you know, if you're trying to get a point across and I just can't, unfortunately. I try and keep my face angry. Oh, tell you what, it was going to be play on. Now they have ruled it back. That was a bit of an interesting scenario, and it looks like it might be a yellow card here. Who's it going to be who gets sent to the bin? It looks like, who was it? It was one of the USA players. It looks like Kershey, who will make her way off. No, in fact, my apologies. It is Cowdery. And we have got there, Hamish, how's your family? They're doing all right. Neither my mum or dad got up for that Black Caps India game. They'd probably be happy that they didn't. But, yeah, both at work now. Georgia Miller, step in here. She is always hard to make the tackle on. We've seen her skim through defensive New Zealand numbers on the left-hand side. That is due to the lady advantage. Now, Tanetti going towards the corner, puts in a big fend on Ramsey, who hangs on to her. Now breaks for Tanetti, falls over, offload there, picked up by Risi Poldy Lane, pass it across. Here comes the wide pass to Miller. No, it goes over her head. Now Waka has Miller with her, now finds the hands of Miller, and she scores the try for the Black Ferns Sevens. Now, New Zealand will be 5-0. I predicted Georgia Miller for a try. I feel like that's almost a guarantee every game, though, isn't it? For the Black Ferns at this point. There are very rare opportunities where Georgia Miller doesn't get over a try line in a game of rugby sevens. Stacey Waka, though, knew that it was the better option to go on the outside rather than taking the risk of trying to go through herself. Just going to have a look here. Although, to be fair, she didn't score up against France in the last match. So there you go. I think she did score up against Japan, though. Yep, she did. And then up against Great Britain, she didn't score. So I've been proven wrong. Do USA have a chance? Somewhat, but they can't afford to let New Zealand run away with this here. New Zealand currently have got one woman advantage for the next couple of, or actually probably the next phase, I would say. It was a good kickoff from Poldy Lane, but then knocked on. Stacey Waka looking up at the lights. We have got there, oh no, I read that one, didn't I? Miller time again. Can you see when Aussie plays? Says Baden. You talking men or the women? If it's the women, they are playing just next game coming up. Now, stepping across. Sideways running at the moment for the US with only 6 on the field. Oh no, missed tackle from Tinetti, I should say. And now there will be a run and try for the USA. And Kaylin Thomas scores it between the posts. Well, USA now take the lead, ladies and gents. With 6 on the field too. 7-5. In favour of the US. Missed tackle from Kelsey Tinetti. You could see she was angry at herself before she even hit the ground. We have got there, who is the Aussie women playing? They are playing up against the French. And GB still have a women's team? They do, yes. Abby Brown recently returning to it, but they talked about how little time they get to spend together. So it's probably understandable why results don't really go their way. Series tries at the moment. She's actually snuck up onto the top 5 there, Thomas, with that try being scored. Kicked off high, knock on from New Zealand again. Knocked on them by the USA, so it will be the scrum feed for this US team. New Zealand missing a few of their key players who would normally hold this team together, you wonder. Couple injuries. Someone like Jasmine Felix-Hotham, I think, is a huge hit to this team. Sorensen McGee still finding her feet in the Sevens world. Head-to-head in Cup semi-finals. New Zealand have won 10. USA have won 2. Well, it's been a little while since the USA have been able to beat New Zealand in a playoff semi-final. Now was Adegoke. Now thinking about the short side there. Kershey almost goes through. Held on to and wrestled down to the turf. Now wide cutout pass. Sammy Sullivan yet to touch the ball in this contest. Man, that was a hard collision for Sarah Levi. Poldy Lane, a little bit slower getting back up to her feet. Now running this one. Wow, what a shot that is. Thriving tackle from Reese Poldy Lane, but USA just managed to hang on to the ball. Brilliant defence here at the moment from the Kiwis. Oh, that was a hospital pass on the short side. Adegoke just takes it to ground. A bit of a counter ruck from New Zealand. Diving on it there for Poldy Lane. Little knock on. So that will be half time. How did Jasmine Hotham get injured? I'm not actually too sure. I haven't had a chance to be able to catch up on a few of the earlier games for the New Zealand side. Red Roses could possibly beat Wales men right now. And how long is Jackson Sorensen McGee out for? Not sure yet. We'll find out a little bit later on when they do all the final results and everything. And they will give a squad update before the next contest. Who's the 82 for New Zealand? That is Olive Wotherston, I believe her last name is. I haven't actually seen too much of her playing, but I guess that's due to the injuries that we've seen now, that they do have to bring in another forward. I know, but I wasn't aware. We still had a GB women's team. Says Fleshin. Second half of this contest just around the corner. I can tell you right now, USA were not supposed to win this game. So if they are able to get out of the second half in the lead, head through to the final, it would not be a great weekend for New Zealand sport, because you look through at what has happened. The T20 World Cup didn't go the Kiwis' way. We see New Zealand finish either last or second last. What happens if we lose? They play for the bronze in this one. New Zealand up against either France or up against the Australians. USA is coming offside, says Kiwi Rob. I did have that yellow card as well throughout that first half of Ashley Cowdrey. Unfamiliar times for New Zealand to be behind at halftime, says Johan. Exactly right. This is something that they aren't used to. But at the same time, we know how dangerous they can be in a half. But similar to what we sometimes see from Fiji, how, 3 or 4 tries in a half is not unexpected. Oliver's okay. She'll be fine, says Timeless. We have never lost here. Undefeated record on the line, says the Sporting Kiwi. In Australia, they will be watching this one very closely, as they are normally in the final up against the New Zealanders. But if New Zealand are playing for bronze and Australia win the gold, it would give Australia a nice hefty boost and the overall standings. Kicked off short, nicely taken by Risi Poldy Lane. Passed back across to the right once more. Thought about the offload, but won't go for it in the end for Wotherston. And Georgia Miller, 22 metres out from her line, breaking through, accelerates nicely, puts in the fend. She just seems to find a way through absolutely everyone. And Miller strikes the Kiwi score and take the lead back within 30 seconds of the second half getting underway. I don't know what kind of cheat code Georgia Miller has on to be able to bump everyone off like she's on rookie mode in some sort of rugby video game, but she just absolutely bulldozed through them. She had about 4 to get through as well. Surely a hat-trick for Georgia Miller. And Georgia Miller is the Lomu Makora of women's rugby. Says a sporting Kiwi. Finishes it off there. And the kick has gone over from New Zealand. Now making the score 12 points to 7. They are back out in front. Here we go, 12-7. Plenty of time remaining, but USA need to get it right. Wake up New Zealand, says Moa Hunters. They may have heard you because they got that one very quick right in the in-goal area off the kickoff. That now means that it will be a scrum feed on the halfway line. So they have to run right back, and it seems like they're trying to keep this momentum going. How many minutes in this form? 2 halves? 2 halves of 7 minutes each. I apologise for not seeing that a little bit earlier on. Owen, it did sneak through. But yeah, 7 minutes for each of the halves, and then you've got golden point on top if it is a draw. We are fine now. Georgia will see us through. Says Timeless. Oh, USA, though. Offload. Kershey knocks it on. That was the chance for the US, and they know how crucial that one could have been. I'll add some time onto the clock. Looks like a sub is about to be made. Sammy Sullivan's been very quiet in this game. Only someone who you do see quite a bit of for the USA. They don't seem to be able to get it out to where at the moment. Kershey, he slaps the ground out of that frustration. Carry so far 15 for the US compared to the 6 of New Zealand. Tackle completion 38% for the USA compared to the 81% of New Zealand. That's been the big difference maker at the moment. That defensive work. Now through the middle, Kelsey Tanetti. Whistle down by Ariana Ramsey, and a penalty goes the way of the Black Ferns. Georgia Miller going to take this one quickly. Charges at the line, shows off the step, goes on the inside to Stacey Waka. Another missed tackle from the USA. That'll drop it to less than 30% in terms of tackle completion. Now, Poldy Lane. Oh, slipping through the fingers, and it is a knock-on for one of the backs here, Mahina Paul. Kelsey Tanetti is gorgeous. Says a sporting Kiwi. I think she's also, is she married or engaged? I think it's one of the two. Now, 5 eras, or of the last 7, New Zealand have had 4. In fact, can someone please respond to how many minutes are there in the game? Sorry, Owen, you must have missed it when I finally caught up. It's 7 minutes each half. Lucky guys, this is sporting Kiwi. And Australia will beat France. So yeah, 7-minute first half, 7-minute second half, 14 minutes total with a little bit of a halftime break. Now USA on away to the right-hand side. Bumping off one is Ariana Ramsey. She's had a huge amount of the ball. But they have to rely on someone else to finish one off. What a terrible pass that is for the US. Picked up now by New Zealand. They knock it on though, just as they could have gone and got themselves another one. There is the frustration on the face of, I want to say it was Colossi. It went backwards. It did go backwards after bouncing forwards, yes. We're going to see the replay now. And we see it there in the hands, and then just knocks it onto herself before firing it back. Going to be a scrum feed now for the USA. They still have more carries throughout this match, but Ramsey's going to be feeling every inch of this game so far. She has been absolutely everywhere. Tackle completion, 82% for the Black Ferns. If that stays above 80, they have a very good chance of going on to win this whole competition. You can only afford a few missed tackles per game at most, or else you get yourself in a bit of trouble. Just saying there, to win 11 straight semi-finals is on the line here for New Zealand. That was slightly offside from Risi Poldy Lane. Makes a tackle now, tries to turn it into a rolling maul. They do have to release. Sammy Sullivan plays half. Someone calling for the offside. Kershey. She's going to go to ground now. Oh, that was a bit of an interesting choice. That's an accidental offside from the USA, and it will be the penalty to New Zealand. That was the worst decision they could have made. Georgia Miller goes in. She doesn't score it, though. It is held up, and I believe it is going to be a scrum feed for New Zealand. 5 metres out from the line. Miller trying to fight Ariana Ramsey. Not sure why. I think she was frustrated because she didn't manage to get the ball down. But what USA did there, they tried to go for a box kick in a game of sevens where you have no depth at the ruck. Right. They're going to be, first of all, checking whether or not the USA were back on side at this quick tap. And then from there, they'll see whether or not there is a grounding for Miller. I think she got held up here. Yes, she did. She's held up over the line, but in sevens, it is not the same rule as what we see in rugby union. It is not a goal line dropout. It will be a 5 metre scrum for New Zealand, so still on the attack. And a chance for the Black Ferns to add another try. The USA women watched England lose 3 times and went, that's a strategy for us. Yeah, that was, like, don't get me wrong. Like, they had to try something because they were getting driven backwards, box kick. So that's pretty much when you're the halfback and you try and kick the ball from the back of the ruck. Normally you go in and upwards, like trying to get it high. But yeah, they just tried to kick it. I think it's because, is it called a box kick because you're, like, it's a box, as in like the box at the back of the, or is it a box because you're going up and down like a box? I don't actually know why it's called a box kick. You've stumped me, Hannah. Now going through the post and scoring the try there for Mahina Paul. Shut up, the female commentator. Is that Ricky Swinell that you're not a fan of, Kiwi Rob? But that one's going to make it an extra try there for the Kiwis. They will now lead 19 points to 7 with the conversion. And a good finish there from Paul. Yes. What'd she say? She obviously said something that annoyed you. She probably said that, like, there was a thing that should have gone the USA's way or something, was it? Yes, kicked from the box behind the ruck, says D-Funk. I'm with you on that, Rob, says the Sporting Kiwi. The only time I want New Zealand to win, says John. Sorry, I stumped you. No, you're all good. We worked it out in the end, and by the sounds of it, it is to do with the box at the back of the ruck. Not a literal box, though. Like, there's not actually a box that they have to kick from. But 100 seconds remaining in this one now. It's kicked off, nicely taken again. Oh, big elbow to the face. Bit of friendly fire for the US. Who do you think will win, Australia or France? Australia should, but you just never know. You know, this game's probably shown that even the USA, who came in as big underdogs here, did really, you know, they've put in a valiant effort throughout this matchup. And I know that valiant efforts don't get you titles, but Levi now running this one. If they manage to score this try right here, they still have half a chance. Vahakolo with the foot race. She's not going to be able to cut her off. And Sarah Levi does score just near the end of this game. Big smile on her face now as she knows this is possibly the chance for the USA to fire back into this contest. Now, I can't understate how crucial this kick going over is. I read that one, didn't I? But Levi just going by herself. She was just quick enough to get past Vahakola. Vahakola might be a little bit annoyed about that because she's only just made her way onto the field and got outpaced by someone who was out there the whole time. Kickers missed the way to the side. USA have done well, extremely well in this contest. And if they get a converted try now, they may find themselves through to golden point. And I've been waiting for France to beat Aussie, says Timeless. Is it going to be today, though? It's a big question. Big shot on Poultry Lane. New Zealand normally would like to score a last-minute try in their contest, but in this case, it may just be a case of trying to wait to kick this ball into touch. Stacey Waka runs down the short side, stalling, watching the clock, running backwards and retreating inside of her own 22 to kick this ball out. New Zealand get past the USA, but it was in no way, shape or form an easy contest for this Black Ferns side. And more than up for the challenge was this USA team. 22 wins in a row in Vancouver. And who's in the final? I bet it's Australia. So Australia are not in there yet. They have their next contest coming just around the corner, happening in about 20 seconds time. We are going to be popping over to that stream, so be sure to check that one out. For the men's side, though, it is South Africa versus Spain Give Hamish a raise. He's on fire for live commentary, says Cringy Cook, and we have still got plenty more coming, including the next one. Shut up, Hamish. We won by 7 points. You shut up, Kiwi Rob. I was just stating what happened in the game. But next live stream coming up now, Australia versus France. Everyone but Kiwi Rob. We will see you for the next one.